Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Before we get started, my price of admission. Like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not subbed yet. So let me help you by helping me out here and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got out the way. We don't do long intros. Today's video, we're coming back to Kendra G. She had a single mother call into her show looking for a particular type of man, or may I say men. So we're gonna get to the video and we're gonna try to make this make sense.
My name is Shalir, but I go by my spiritual name, Sunshine.
Sunshine?
What do you want me to call you?
Sunshine.
Sunshine?
Yes.
Okay, well that's easy.
Wait a minute, before we get started here, she wants her to call her Sunshine. This ain't Harlem Nights. If we throw your booty in the air, will the whole sky turn to sunshine? I'm sorry. Come on, y'all. Really? Sunshine? Let's get into it now.
Easy to pronounce, so I'm rolling with it. Sunshine,
Right.
Stop moving if you can, baby girl.
Okay.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. When's your birthday?
May 6th.
May what?
May the 6th.
Okay, you're a Taurus. It's the day before my birthday.
Oh,
May
nice.
Yes, that's also Meek Mill's birthday. So Chris Brown's birthday is May 5th,
Is
Meek
the
Mill's
5th,
May
right.
6th, and my birthday is May 7th.
All
All right, Sunshine, where you calling us from?
I'm from Atlanta. Well, I'm in Atlanta.
Do you live in Atlanta?
I live in Atlanta now. I just moved here a month ago.
Okay, you moved there a month ago. Where'd you move from?
From New York, upstate New York.
Okay. What do you do for a living, Sunshine?
I'm a cosmetology teacher.
A cosmetologist teacher. You have any kids?
I have 3.
3 kids. How old are your kids?
They are 11-year-old girl, a 7-year-old boy, and a 3-year-old boy.
Same
Two boys
dad?
and girl.
No,
How many dads?
3.
3.
Again, people, how many times do I have to do these videos where that we're having a single mother, she has 3 kids by 3 different men. We can't make this up here. And then you're calling to a dating show online to find another man. So technically the next man's gonna come into your life. It's gonna have to be around 3 different men. Oh Lord, let's continue. Guys, why does this keep happening? Why do women have to constantly have unprotected sex with a guy they're with? Let's continue.
Okay, why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
That was kind of like a sneaky link gone wrong or gone too far.
What?
We never really had a relationship. It was primarily sexual.
Okay.
So, and when we did try, we weren't compatible. So, but the baby was already en route. So,
Okay. Why are you not with the 7?
Wait a minute. So you weren't compatible, but you're still having raw dog, busty, nusty sex here. Come on, guys here. You were basically in a situationship, then you wanted to try to make it work, and then it was like, oh, we're not compatible, the baby's on the way, here we go. This backwards ass logic. And this is the last baby, this is the 3-year-old here. This happened just not too long ago here. Let's get it going here now.
7-year-old dad.
Okay, the second one now.
well, that relationship, he's an amazing guy. So I don't want to tell my side and then make it seem like, but
What?
it started to get abusive a little bit, more so verbally than physically, but I know when to say when, I know how to get
What?
out before I get to that point. And so, I decided to kind of call it quits before it got too far.
Okay.
That makes no sense here. Wait a minute. You just said in the first breath that he was a good guy. Then you said, well, I don't want to say anything to, because it's my side of the story. And then you said, well, he started to get abusive verbally. So I decided to get out early before anything happened here. That makes no goddamn sense. That I don't get it here, guys. Because here's the situation here. If he's a great guy, you are having some arguments here. What about therapy? I mean, what were these arguments about here? You're gonna say that he was being verbal with it here? What about your partner here? If he was being verbal, were you being verbal as well? Because something's not adding up to say he's a great guy, but this here, so I left early. Why are you leaving early with your baby daddy? Why are you not trying to work it out, go to therapy, or figure out the problems? She just said, hey, I'm just gonna pack my bags and go. Guys, this is why we're showcasing this here. She is a runner. She's a track star. She ain't trying to stick around. Let's continue.
And why you not with the 11-year-old dad?
Oh, the earliest one here. Here we go.
That was high school. You know, I kind of lost my virginity, got pregnant, and decided to keep it. So.
Okay. What revisit?
See, Kendra, why do you ask these questions and you move on so fast? And you know what the problem with that is? You're going to lose your train of thought. You're going to lose your point to hit home with this woman here. Why is she even trying to be here? She should be trying to work it out with one of those baby daddies, okay? She did not say anything remotely wrong or give a good example why she's not with him. All she said was the oldest one here, the oldest kid, high school, lost my virginity. The second one, verbal, but he's a good guy. The third one, we just weren't compatible. Make this make sense. And now you're calling here expecting men to take this on? Let's continue, y'all.
Visit that, but let me keep going. So What kind of man you looking for now, Sunshine?
Well, I am non-monogamous, so I want to make that clear.
Oh.
What does that mean? You get say again?
Solo polyamorous.
Oh, you
So
poly?
you're down for polyamorous?
I am.
There we go.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yes. So, with that being said, I'm searching for not a specific dynamic within polyamory. I'm open to two males, having two males, or two heterosexual males, make that clear. And I'm also open to dating couples, having a girl and a guy. I'm solo polyamorous. So to make that clear, basically, my most important relationship to me is the one that I have with myself, my spirit self. So I don't necessarily search for relationships for commitment purposes or for marriage purposes, so to speak. And so, although I am searching for intentional and genuine connections, they don't have to be traditional, if you know what I mean.
All I heard is a bunch of word salad that says you want to be poly and you want two dicks. Did I get that right here, guys? That whole last part was a whole bunch of word salad, a whole bunch of nothing. You see, my part of being poly is I'm in love with myself first. Nah, that's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo bullshit, okay? Poly means that you're in with multiple people. If you're by yourself, that means you're just celebrating and rocking with your kids here. That is not poly when you're solo. Okay, so by you being single right now has nothing to do with polyamorous here. And the fact that you're saying you want two men, so let me get this straight here, lady. You're not even 30 years old. You're 29. You have 3 kids by 3 different men. And now you want to be in a poly relationship with 2 other men where you got to expose your 2 kids and your daughter to this ratchetness here. This is why our black community is so fouled up here. And want to wonder why. You know, though, how can we make it better? It's women like this here who don't even know how to decide on a man, let alone just bringing babies in on top of babies with no commitment here. So she even said, I'm not looking for commitment here, which means that there's a possibility that another baby's going to be on the way in the near future. But let's continue.
Okay. So you're searching for so let me just, because I don't know, I mean, I hear these names, I'm getting more familiar. In the situation with the 2 heterosexual guys, would you date them separately?
So in my ideal
dynamic,
I would date them together. They would know about each other. They would have kind of like a brusband type relationship where, like I said, they know each other. They have a relationship with each other. But I'm open to, if I do find 2 males that are not, open to that type of dynamic, then I would date them separately. But I would expect them to be committed to me. So they wouldn't be dating other women. The only open dynamic that I would be okay with is if I'm dating a couple and they just so happen to date other people,
Okay.
That makes no sense here, right? I want to break this down here. The fact that you say you want a poly relationship, but if two men couldn't handle it, you would date them separately. That is not fucking poly. That's mean that you got two boyfriends. You got two dudes on the side here messing around here. That is not poly. That means that you want to continue to ride the cock carousel. You are a freaking mother. Your commitment should be to your kids first and not trying to live this alternative lifestyle. Here's the thing. I do not dog people who are a part of this particular lifestyle. But when you have this many kids at this young age here, there should be a level of commitment to your family first, then to yourself, because you fucked up your life here. You're the one that has all these different dynamics here. And now you want to add more men to the pie here? God, geez, guys, let's continue.
In the heterosexual situation, are you having sex with them at the same time or separately?
Whatever works.
You hear this?
But they're both straight men. So
Correct.
So they, I mean, I don't know how, I never did it, so I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So with two straight men,
have together. They do.
Oh, so straight men have sex with a woman.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude. This is not being rude. So I'm just asking for education.
Oh,
is that called a train?
I guess. I mean.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, you know what, Kendra, we get on your case here, but you know what, though? I fucked with you on this one here. You know what? You are right here. In this particular situation, what is happening to you want a regular train. This ain't no threesome. This is what dudes call, and what we know here in my society is that you getting your back blown out, you're getting your buns glazed for the threesome, aka trains running on you all the time. Like we said here, she doesn't care about relationships here. She just worried about being on the cock carousel. She just wants as many as she can to get it in. So you're right, Kendra. I'm happy you said that here. She likes trains being run on her. Let's continue.
I call it a threesome.
It ain't no threesome.
Okay, got
nope,
you.
it's a train. It's
all
a train.
right, so we got there fast, girl.
She don't like that.
Deal breakers for you.
So deal breakers for me are closed. I would say closed-minded individuals, and what I mean by that is
really
those who just don't have the mental flexibility to obviously be polyamorous or participate in polygamous type dynamics, but they want the sexual benefit of it, right? Because they hear a woman who's poly and they think orgy and you know, they just think it's a big sex fest, and that is a complete turn off to me. And so especially in this dynamic, it requires you to have a certain level of emotional and mental maturity. And so anything less than that is a complete turn off for me.
Let me pause that here. That's got nothing to do with being mentally or physically be able to handle this here. It's got about the fact that a man, a true man who you are looking for, the type of man that you want, is not down for this here. I can tell that she's probably looking for a strong man, and then on top of that too, she wants the secondary man to be the same way too, so she can rock with both those guys here. But it's got nothing to be a mentally strong-willed. It's about the way men are just traditionally, naturally wired here. If the man that you want is not going to want to share you with another man, and the fact that you're gonna have another man in the picture showcases that. I'm not disrespecting poly situations here, but the type of men that you're looking for are beta men, blue pill men, because no red pill alpha strong to the man here is gonna want to share you with anybody else and want to build a bond. Let alone here, you have 3 kids here. Let's just keep putting that out here by 3 different men. It's not about being strong-willed. It's about the fact that you want the cock carousel, and the fact that natural men only want one woman. It's, you know, when there's this playtime and guys are just trying to get in, talking about orgies and things of that nature, you are talking to the Pookies and Ray Rays who want to get the buns glazed and don't give a damn about anything else. So we already know where your dating pool is and where you've been hanging out just by your own circumstances already right now. But let's continue again.
Another deal breaker I would say is, I guess, lack of self-sustainability, like someone who doesn't have the ambition and the capability to maintain themselves, and they're looking for a codependent type of dynamic. That's not something I'm interested in either.
Okay. What about children?
Wait a minute, that makes no sense because of the fact that you want two men. So you're talking individually on one man. You see how this makes no sense here, Kendra? You need to ask certain questions to break this down here. She wants two men, so she's talking about one man. So in this dynamic, what you should ask the follow-up question, are you talking about both men in the scenario if you want a poly here? This is not working up. This is not adding up here. And we can see why her life is just really chaos right now. Let's continue.
Can he have kids?
Yeah, I have kids, so I couldn't say,
Okay.
no.
Do you want more kids, or are you done with that?
No, I'm done with that phase
Okay.
of my life.
So, and there's just no desire to be married to one person.
No, so I'm not closed off to marriage, but I don't have the desire
Gotcha.
to be, I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't be looking for it.
Okay.
So let's get this straight here now. So she's done with kids now, guys. So if you're getting with her, that answer makes sense now. She's talking about, oh, guys are just not, mental ready for us about orgies, and they need to be physically and mentally prepared. But you're not giving any more kids, and you're not planning to get married. And on top of that, too, I don't know anybody in my tribe who want to marry in a situation here because this is just pure chaos. So men, you got to walk into a situation with this woman here where you got to deal with 3 different men with these kids, young as hell. Then she wants to have a pot situation where she really wants another man. She doesn't man about the woman, but you can tell that she is pushing hard on having 2 men. No kids, no marriage, no commitment. It's just raw busting buns glazing here between you and another guy here. And here's what I want to add here. The fact that she's willing to go this route here in her past, who's to say that we're saying poly, she wants to add a 3rd man into the piece here? I'm not saying she's not saying that, but the way she's talking, you got to know that you're not the only one here. Let's continue.
Okay, so let's talk about appearance, because you mentioned guy and then you open to a woman too. So let's start off with guys first. Is there an appearance requirement?
No, but I can say that I am physically not attracted to like really, really overweight men. Is that,
Okay, no overweight men. What about women?
Wait a minute. You got some nerve here. Let's take away the poly part, right? You really don't even have a leg to stand on here if you're really looking for a good guy, because of the fact that your whole chaotic situation here. So if the guy's big, it's a no-go here. Can we say get a dog or a cat and die alone? This is really in her future. Or buns glazing with more pookies and more babies. Let's continue.
Women.
the same.
No, so no overweight men or women. Does either have to make a certain amount of money?
No, but depending on, yes, let me change that. Yes. I was going to say no, but yes, because it depends on the, where they live, the region in which they live in, and different areas do require different amounts of, income to maintain stability. So as long as you're able to take care of yourself and you're not, like I said, looking for someone to codepend on, or you're not looking for a come up, then it's totally fine. But there's no specific figure, because I'm also not looking for a come up or looking for someone to take care of me. I just want you to be able to sustain yourself. And then if we want to, gift each other, or if we want to do special things for each other, we can, but not be completely cut off from the ability to do so.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You heard she had the audacity to say about a come up. How are you a come up? Seriously, guys, how's this a come up? Because one thing that I'm mad at Kendra in the beginning part of the video, where I mentioned the fact that she did not do a deep dive about these kids' fathers here. Are they even in their lives here? Is she really being a single mother with no help? How are you a come up with these 3 kids by 3 different men, and we don't even know the men in their life if their fathers are there, where that you may got to bring McDonald's for everybody? Let's continue.
So let me ask this. Is the guy more important than the woman? Like, you'll date a woman if she comes in a couple situation, but you're actually looking for 2 guys, or the man first, right? Or would you date a woman first and then find a guy?
So I would preferably date a woman and find the guy.
Oh, is that your goal, to find a woman first and then find a guy?
It would be, if the dynamic is going to be the male, female dynamic. So because, and I've done this before, because what I've learned in the poly dynamics is that it's easier for male and women to connect because vibrationally it's more natural, should I say, right? But finding two women who are on the same wavelength and have the same, connections to a man is a lot harder. So I would kind of want to cancel that out before we even get to the man, so that there's none of that discourse that happens naturally when you're trying to introduce one of your women to the other.
Okay.
You know what? You hear all that babble, mumble, jumble, and we wonder why she's in her situation right now. I'm gonna stop the video here. Y'all can go to Kendra's page if y'all want to see the rest of this video here, when she is breaking down here about the dynamic between having a woman here, and of course you want to add a man to the picture here. That is just too much. Why do you got to go through this much hoops and hurdles to find what you're looking for here, when it's easier to find that one person and engage with that one person to see if you guys make it work? But this woman here is showcasing that that is never going to be the case. Let's recap here. The first baby daddy is someone in high school, lost her virginity and kept it moving. Kendra never asked why that didn't sustain. The second one here, she mentioned verbal abuse, but it was a good guy here, and said she left before the worst could happen. But she didn't even go into detail about that. But how can you say he's verbally abusive but a good guy here? I smell cap. Then the third guy said that basically a situationship. And then when they try to make it work, well, we found we weren't compatible. So you've been having all this raw sex, and then you try to make it work, and then the baby comes and you figure out, oh, oops, we're not compatible. Now you want this poly situation where I gotta find this girl here, and then if we connect, then we can find another guy here. But I want two guys as well, so that I gotta find this one guy, and he's gotta be emotionally mature and physically be able to handle the situation here, so we all can be together. But if they don't want to be together, then I would date him, and then I would date him as well. They just have to be cool with it here. This is just asinine, insane, and showcases why our community is so messed up. We cannot even be on a concord page here to see what we're looking for here. So try. Let me know what you think here about this video here, showcasing this woman not knowing what she wants here. We see so many black women like this today, and we're seeing why we have the rise in single motherhood. We're seeing why the decline in marriages, and we're seeing why the decline in nuclear families. And you know who's really gonna be the result in this here? Her kids. Those three young kids are going to be seeing all this messiness here, and it's going to have to grow up in that. And we're seeing now the next generation is going to be even worse than the current generation now. So we can't make this up here. Try to make this make sense here. We need to build better relationships and nuclear bonds here, because these situations here are what's the problem in our community. So fellas, you see a woman like this, run for the hills. Not just because of what she's adding for poly here. Let's just go back to the beginning. The mere fact. 3 kids, 3 different fathers. She's not even 30. Why does this cycle keep repeating here? Can we make that make sense? Comment, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. Let me know anything about this video here. Let me know about my commentary. And of course, we need to know about this particular woman as well about Kendra. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.